Hello everyone. So today we will start our topic from the corner kicks. Okay. So what is basically corner kick is? Corner kick is a method of restarting the play. Means if there has been any kind of penalty has been occurred or the ball is beyond the play line, so thereafter a corner kick is announced, and in this time the player who have touched the ball last time from the defending team will pass over the goal line. Okay, either on the ground or in the air, or the goal is not scored according to the rule. So what are the procedure for the corner kicks? So the ball must be placed inside the corner arc near to the point where the ball crossed the goal line. The corner also outpost not to be moved. Opponents must remain at least 9.15 meter from the corner arc until the ball is in play. The ball must be kicked by a player the attacking team, and the ball is in a play when it is kicked and moves. So in these conditions we can see that the ball should be placed at least 9 meter away from the I mean the player should be placed away from the 9.5 meter from the corner arc, and nobody is able to touch the ball until or unless it has been kicked by the player or touched by that player. Thereafter the next topic is the ball is in play. So the ball is in play at all the times from the start of the match to the finish, including when it rebounds from the goal post, it rebounds from either the referee, or in the event of supposed infringement. So it means what? If you have just make the goal to the goal post, or try to make a goal toward the goal post, so it will just went back to the center point, and thereafter it will start the play. Okay, until or unless the ball is in play from the starting to the finish of the match. There are next thing, if there has been any kind of punishment which has been given by the referee, or any kind of card which has been presented by the referee, so at that time also the play will be stopped and the ball is said to be not is in play. Okay, and thereafter it will also start. Therefore, if there is any kind of infringement of the law, means if the players had broke any kind of law, so that time the ball is not in the play until the decision is given. What are the circumstances when we can say that the ball is out of the play? So if it had just crossed the goal line, or it has been stopped by the referee, if the referee has just stopped the play. Okay, how do we determine the outcome of a match? Means when do we determine that it is a goal or not? So we can say we can just clearly see the picture that if the ball touches the goal line, it's said to be no goal. But if the ball has absolutely crossed the line, thereafter it is said to be a one goal scored. Okay, this is the rule for scoring a goal. Thereafter, let's talk about the winning team. How do we know that which team is win? So the team which has scored a large number of goals during the match is a winner if they both have scored a equal number of goals, or no score has been given. So at that time we can say that the match is drawn. Thereafter, kicks from the penalty mark. So there has been a penalty mark, and we just get so many kicks from the penalty mark if any kind of penalty is given by the referee. So what are the procedure? The kick from the penalty mark are not a part of a match. It is not a part of a match, and there are the penalty area where the kick from the penalty mark are taking place may be changed only if the goal or playing surface become unusable. If the playing surface is not good, we can change the area. Once all the eligible player have taken a kick from the penalty mark, the same sequence does not have to be followed in the second round of kicks. Means if all the players who were eligible for the penalty mark kick and for the kick, thereafter once it is done, thereafter in the second round the same thing will not again happen again. Okay, there has been a sequence which is we need to just overlook. Thereafter, each team is responsible for selecting the player from those on the field of the play at the end of the match. Means in every team we need to select a player who will play at the end of the match, and for that person will only take this kind of kicks. And in that condition we always used to select a player who is very good and very skillful. Thereafter, there has been a player other than the goalkeeper who is injured may not be substituted during the taking of the kicks from the penalty mark. Means if the player is injured and he is not substituted, but still he can just take the kick from the penalty mark, or if he don't want to take the kick from the penalty mark, then other player can also do so. If the goalkeeper is sent off during the taking of the kick from the penalty mark, he must be replaced by a player who finished the match. Means if the goalkeeper is suspended or anyhow he is substituted, so the player who was just replacing him, who was just come as a substitute for him, will finish the match. Thereafter, a player substitute or substitute may be cautioned. Means if that person is taking a kick from the penalty mark, so at that time before doing so, that person is cautioned. Cautioned means verbally we will tell them anything. Thereafter, the referee must not abandon the match if the team is reduced to fewer than 7 players during the taking of kicks from the penalty mark. Means the referee should not abandon the match. Abandon the match का मतलब होता है they should not like throw the match like yes they are the winning team, let them win. So the referee cannot do these things. Okay, he need to stay there, and if the team have a 7 player for taking the kicks, then they will give a chance to the 7 players only. If the player is injured or sent off during the taking of the kicks from the penalty, the team has 1 player, and that referee should not reduce the number of the player from the kicks of the other team. Okay, they must take these things. Thereafter, the competition rules. When the competition require there to be a winning team after a match or home and away tie, only the following procedure we need to follow. Means in the competition rule there has been 3 rules which has been approved by international FA boards, that is away goal rule, extra time, and kicks from the penalty mark. Must remember these things because I am going to ask you these things in your exams. Thereafter, goal line technology. What is GLT? In the GLT, we can say that the purpose of verifying whether the goal has been scored or not is a goal line technology, and it is used by stipulated in the respective competition rules. In most of the competition rule we use this technology, that is GLT. What is offside? So an offender is said to be offside when he is moving toward the goal line of the opponent without a ball in the absence of at least 2 opponents. Means if the offender is moving towards the goal of the opponent and he don't have the ball, so that we can say that he is moving to the offside, and if not an offense in itself to be in the offside position, and also he can just wait in his side also, and that is not an offense too. Thereafter, if a player is in offside position if he is nearest to his opponent goals, means there has been a 2 goal post, first one is ours and the next one is opponents. ठीक है, if the player is went out to the opponent's goal line, that time we can say that he is in the offside position. A player is not in an offside position if he is in his own half of the field of the play. Means what? If he is playing in our area, so that time we cannot conclude him as a offside position. If he is in the level with the second last opponent, means there is 2 opponents, okay, and one is just present on their side, goal side, and that player, the second player, is just a little bit far away from the offside or that the goal line. At that time we cannot say him that he is in the offside. Or as all this is the second thing, that he is in the level with the last 2 opponent. Means if there are 2 opponents is present with him in the last level last level means what? Towards is the goal line. So at that time also we can say that the player is not in the offside position. Now, what is offside offense? A player is in an offside position is only penalized if a movement of the ball touches or play by one of his team. Means in the offside position a player can be penalized, means he can get a penalty if the ball touches his own team and he is in the, and it is almost depends on the referee's decision, okay, interfering with the play, interfering with an opponent, gaining an advantage by being in an offside position. Means a player can't be there in the offside position from the beginning. He can went to the went for making a goal but can't wait on the offside area and just obstructing the other's player. The other offside offenses are if you are in the opponent's half, if you are in the front of the ball, means if you are in the opponent's half, means you are towards moving towards the goal line of the opponent. Thereafter, if you are just obstructing the ball, if you are in front of the second last defender, means you can't just stay and obstruct the players. You can't just stay and wait and thereafter stand in front of the other players. Thereafter, no offense or exceptions. So there is no offside offense, means what if a player receives the ball directly from a goal kick, a throw in, a corner kick, or being in an offside position. What does it means? If you have just kicked the ball, if the ball is thrown, if the ball is a corner kick, or if you are in an offside position, so at that time there is will no offense should be declared by a referee. What is free kick? Free kick is awarded to the team as an offense committed by the opposition. If you are my enemy team and if I made any kind of mistakes, so you people will get a free kick, and there has been two type of free kick. The first one is direct and the another one is indirect. So the direct free kick or penalty kick is awarded to the opposing team if the player commits any kind of offense, like try to kick or attempt to kick an opponent, means if the player had tried to kick the opponent player, not the ball, so at that time the opponent will get a direct free kick. Thereafter, try to attempt to trip an opponent, means he just try to tackle the opponent with a obstruction or jump to an opponent or try to charges at him, strikes on him, push him, tackles him. So these kind of things are not allowed, and that's why the opponent team may get a direct free kick. Okay, and direct free kick is also awarded to the opposing team if a players commit any kind of following three opponents, like hold an opponent. If your opponent try to make a goal and you just went him and hold him with your hands, or stopped him, or spit him, or handle the ball deliberately. Deliberately means what? The ball is coming, he is just playing the ball and you just went to the ball, lie on the ball, jumped on the ball. At that time this kind of behavior is not acceptable, and that's why the player may get a direct free kick. Thereafter, indirect free kick. Indirect free kick is awarded to the opposing team if the goalkeeper inside his own penalty area commits any of the following offense. Means what? He is controlling the ball with the hand for more than 6 seconds. Means a goalkeeper can't hold the ball for more than 6 seconds. He cannot touch the ball again with his hand once it is released. Thereafter, he cannot touch the ball with his hand if it is deliberately kicked to him by a teammate. Means if any teammate has kicked to him very deliberately, thereafter he cannot touch the ball with his hand when he just received it directly from a throw in or take by a teammate. Okay, these are the criteria when the player may get a indirect free kick, and it is only controllable by the goalkeeper because it is a goalkeeper's fault, and the whole team will get a indirect free kick. An indirect free kick is also awarded to the opposing team if the opinion of the referee, means if the referee think that yes, the opponent may get a indirect free kick, then he can just give them as a award. Like if any player is playing in a dangerous manner, if anyone try to impede the opponent, they are preventing the goalkeeper from releasing the ball, or any kind of offense which has been given by. If I had already verbally told you not to do any kind of behavior and you are doing it again and again, so at that time also the play should be stopped and cautioned. Thereafter, the point that should be kept in mind during the wall formation free kick is being taken, like it should be pretty tall. Preference will be given to the tall player all over other teammates. Means while getting a free kick, if the opponent team is getting a free kick, so I will put all my tall players in front of the goal post so that the ball should not get to the goal. Thereafter, the wall I had formed will only try to figure out that the striker can strike because he can strike above their head or from the below. Means what? A striker can only strike from above the head or below the legs. But if the player your wall is very good, then they cannot just strike from anywhere. Thereafter, the wall should not panic and should give vigorous attention to the planning of the opposition team, which taking the free kicks and the position of the opponents will near the wall. Means what? if I have just make a wall by the players, so that players should not panic that what happened will be next, I'm going to scream, I don't know if I'll get the ball or not. So this kind of panic should not be accepted, and the players should give their attention on the planning so that they can just beat the opposite team. Thereafter there has been a technical area. In the technical area we can see that it varies between the stadia, for example in size or location. The technical area may extend from 1 yards on the either side, and it may also extend forward in a direction of 1 yard towards the touchline also. It is also recommended that the marking are used for define this area, means we should keep the marking so that we can get to know that yes, that is the technical area. Thereafter the number of persons permitted to occupy the, means in the technical area a few people are permitted to go through there. Thereafter the technical areas are also identified before the beginning of the match in accordance with the competition rule. Means the occupant, means who will going to sit at the technical area, are already identified, and they will sit from the beginning of the match. Only one person at a time is authorized to convey technical instruction. Means if there is any kind of instruction which we need from the technical area, only one person is allowed to move. There the coach and other official must remain within the confines to the technical area except in special circumstances. Means the coach and thereafter some officials like physiotherapy or any kind of doctors or anyone can went to the technical area, but with the permission of referee. Thereafter the coach and other occupants of the technical area must behave in a responsible manner. Means though the persons who were just went to the technical area and they were just sitting in the technical area, they must behave in a very responsible and very good manner. Thereafter, what are the foul and misconduct? If a player kicks or attempt or kick an opponent, it is called as a foul. If a player trips or attempt to trip an opponent, it is called a foul. If a player strike or attempt to strike an opponent, it is called as a foul. Okay. Thereafter, disciplinary sanction of cards. Means there has been a card which plays different roles. Means the referee has the authority to show the different cards, and he can just allow the player to enter the field, or he can also just tell them to leave the field when the match will end. Everything is depend on the referee. Okay, so if the referee had shown a yellow card, which means he used to communicate the player substitute or substituted player has been concerned. Means what? If there is any player who is just injured and he want to go to the like he want to leave, and another player will come to substitute him in place of him, so at that time he can show the yellow card, and also he will just caution them. Caution means what? Verbally he will tell them that you should not do this behavior again. Okay, these kind of things. And in the red card we can say that this card is used to communicate the player substitute or substitute player that has been sent off. Means red card means the player who were like if any player is playing in the ground and I want them to go, I don't allow them to play anymore, at that time I will show the red card and the player has to leave the ground at any cost. Okay, so I think I'm going to close the chapter over there, foul and the misconducts. In the next class I'll tell you, explain you the other things also. Thank you.